What's up, D-Gens? Welcome back to the Us vs. Them YouTube channel. I'm your host, Vince, and we're going to get into the next fight. For the fights this weekend, we got Colby Thicknesse versus Josias Musasa. Thicknesse is sitting at a plus 126 slight underdog, and Musasa is at a minus 162 favorite. Thicknesse is more of a well-rounded fighter. He doesn't really shine anywhere in particular. His striking is not really good. His striking is solid. His grappling is solid. Like I said, he doesn't really shine anywhere, but he's got a wide variety of skills, and that's what makes him really kind of a good MMA fighter. One thing I noticed with his striking is he tends to be really light on his feet, which obviously makes him a little harder to hit. He moves in and out really well, moves side to side really well, but obviously you're going to sacrifice power in that too. In his fight against Alexander Topuria, he outstruck Topuria based on the numbers, but Topuria was just landing the bigger strikes because he was more plotty, and when he was landing more bigger shots. So obviously, being light on your feet is really nice, but he's sacrificing power and pop in his shots as a result. Thicknesse has not really good kicks. He has good kicks. He has nice kicks to the body. He also has decent leg kicks as well. He likes to go to the body to kind of make the guard drop down a little bit so he can throw his head kick. He's pretty good with that. But one thing that's really good about him as far as the striking goes is his chin. I mean, he's a tough dude, man. He took some big shots against Ilia Topuria and kept going forward. I watched his fight against Sumakade Kakimbo. That's his best win so far in his pro career. That was a regional scene fight. But Kakimbo really blasted him early with a shot. And, early in round one, and dropped him a couple times. Dropped him with a body shot. He got back up. Dropped him with a shot to the chin. He got back up. So Thicknesse is really a durable fighter. Another good quality about Thicknesse as a fighter is his grappling skills in general. He's got really solid grappling. That's probably where he shines most, I would say, is his grappling. Especially his transitions to get back takes. He trains, I believe, he gets some time in with Craig Jones, so his jiu-jitsu is going to be on par. But, his back takes I've seen a couple times in fights is really smooth. He has 2 submission wins in his pro career. Both of those are by rear naked choke, and both of those come as a result of pretty slick back takes. Another thing I appreciate about Thicknesse is his ability to make adjustments in fights. Because he doesn't necessarily shine in any particular area, he can make adjustments. For instance, in the Topuria fight, he realized that maybe the striking wasn't going to work, so he tried to take down. That didn't really work either, so that's why Topuria was able to, outclass him a little bit and get the decision win. Although I do think he took round 2 off Topuria. But again in his fight against that guy Kakimbo, like I said, he was really catching him early on the feet. He realized that Thicknesse realized he probably didn't want to stand anymore on the feet against Kakimbo. So he decided, you know what, I'm gonna treat this like a grappling fight now, and that's what he did. He started focusing on the takedowns, and he was able to grind out a win like that. There isn't really a lot of footage on Musasa, to be honest with you. I tried to find some regional fights, couldn't find any full fights. I saw some highlights and stuff, but you really can't learn much about a fighter from a highlight video. And I couldn't watch his fight against, what's his name, the Carlos Vera, the only fight that he lost in the UFC. But I don't really like him losing that fight, to be honest with you. I did see some footage or some other MMA YouTube guys that talked about that fight and said that Vera caught him with a spinning heel kick. And then from there, he just jumped on his back and got the rear naked choke. So it's not like he really out-grappled him necessarily, but I really don't like him having that loss. Like I said, I wasn't able to watch much from him for the regional scene, but to be honest with you, there really isn't much to watch. All of his wins come by way of, or at least by first round. 7 of his 8 wins come by knockout, 1 of them by submission. Like I said, everything comes in the first round, and only 1 went to the second round, and he finished that fight. 3 of those first round finishes happened in under a minute. So even though I wasn't able to find much stuff on him on the regional scene, there really isn't that much footage out there that exists, One thing that really impressed me with Musasa is his fight against Tanzavoli. Here, shit. Let me try that one again. Tanzalovi? So in the fight against Tanzalovi, that was a Contender Series fight. Tanzalovi trains with Merab, so his takedowns are probably going to be pretty good. His takedown defense should be impeccable because Merab is spanning takedowns against anybody he's grappling or fighting or sparring or whatever. So the takedowns should be on point, and they did look kind of on point. He was able to get takedowns early in the first round, but the one thing I noticed is he was not able to hold down Musasa. Musasa just refused to get held down, and he popped right back up. And towards later in the fight, he was able to stuff takedowns too. So I do trust Musasa to keep it a striking fight if that's what he wants to do. Another thing I was really impressed about with Musasa in that fight is his cardio. You see a guy that comes in, he's used to knocking dudes out in the first round, getting them done, sometimes in under a minute. The big question mark is the cardio. And as that fight started to progress, Tanzalovia seemed like the guy that started fading as the fight went on. And Musasa looked fresh the entire fight. He looked like he had energy even at the end of the fight. He looked like he maybe have left something in the tank on that fight, to be honest with you. Which is pretty much, that's expected. It was his first time going to the scorecards, so you don't really know how much gas tank you really have unless you've been there before. But I was really impressed by his cardio. A guy that just throws big power over and over, for his cardio to hold up the entire fight shows that he's fucking dangerous. I really hate to go against Colby Thicknesse. I like Colby Thicknesse. I like the fight camp that he trains at. But to be honest with you, I just got to go with Musasa in this one. I think he's a physical specimen at the bantamweight division. He's 5'8". He's got a big, nice frame. He's strong. His strength lasts throughout the fight. His cardio is really good, and he hits hard. He hits hard. He doesn't accept bottom position. He works through scrambles. He does everything right. Everything he does is right, and he seems to be making improvements as he goes along in this fight career. So I hate to go against Thicknesse, but I gotta go with Musasa on this one. I think Thicknesse's good chin is going to hold up this fight. I think his good striking defense is going to hold up as well. The good footwork. He's going to be hard to touch. But when he does get touched, I do believe Musasa is going to land the bigger shots. The only really way I see Thicknesse winning this fight is if he catches him in a scramble and gets on his back and gets his rear naked choke. I can see, I don't see that happening, but that's the only path to victory that I can really see. But if this is going to go to the final score, or go to the scorecards, which I believe it will be, I think this one's going to go to Musasa. So I'll take Musasa on this one by decision. Alright guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Stop by for the next one where we're breaking down the next fight. We got Jamie Mullarkey versus Rolando Bedoya. And that's all I got for you guys. I'm out of here.